Hey, what's up YouTube? Houston here. And for those of you just finding my YouTube channel, welcome. Please remember to hit that subscribe button and that bell. And for those of you that's been following me and supporting me, salute. And for my favorite patrons, always, double salute. Now, today's video, we're going to be talking about the American Express personal loans, okay? And the thing about the American Express personal loan, I made a video, but I wanted to update it because there's some data points that you all need to understand about the American Express personal loans, especially if you are not a member of American Express. So let's jump into it. With American Express, okay, they don't do a hard pull on your credit, okay? And the reason they don't do that is because they do internal data mining. And the way they do that, you have to have an existing credit card, okay, with them. Now, I have made a video that's showing you how, even if you're not a member of American Express, how you can get pre-approved for American Express credit card without a hard pull on your credit. And then once you accept that credit card, they're going to do a hard pull on your Experian. So I'll put that link in the description, but that's the key in order for you to get the American Express personal loan. Now, for those of you that may have challenges and don't meet these requirements to get the American Express personal loan, I have other lenders that are more flexible and that are more willing to work with you as an individual where you don't have to have some type of current relationship, okay? Now, understanding that like I said, it's a 660 credit score. All right, there's no annual fee, no origination fees. Now, usually American Express pulls your FICO 8, but because with the personal loans, it's invite only. You have to have an existing account, and the account has to be in good standing in order to get approved, okay? So that's the thing about it. Their loans go from $3,500 up to $40,000, and their loans go from 1 year up to 3 years. Now, they give you free access to credit monitoring. And I want to digress on this for a minute so that you all can understand that the credit monitoring they're giving you is a Vantage 3 TransUnion. Okay, so that's not your real FICO score. If you want to see what's going on with your FICO 8, your FICO 9, your new FICO 10, and your mortgage scores, which some of the lenders pull to qualify you for funding, click the link in the description for that. Because, like I said, many of the banks, they'll give you a free Vantage TransUnion, a Vantage 3 TransUnion score, but that's not the system that they're actually pulling from. All right? That being said, another thing about American Express, they're income driven and they're very sensitive to debt to income ratio. Okay, so what that means is that with most major institutions, if you're over 55% debt to income ratio, they will not approve you, even if you have a 780 credit score, because the debt is too high. So it's lenders like Universal Credit, the minimum credit score is a 560, average is a 638, and their minimum income is $60,000, okay? But their loans go from $1,000 up to $50,000, so they're $10,000 more than American Express, okay? Now, you have to have at least 2 accounts on your credit file, and they pull from FICO 9. So they're going to take a sub-pool to take a look at what's going on. Now, I'm going to talk about some of the other credit bureaus that when they're not looking at the major credit bureaus, they're looking at other credit bureaus. And I'm going to tell you about those in a minute as well. Now, again, you can see here, their maximum debt to income ratio is 75%. Okay, that's including the mortgage. Now, if you're not able to qualify for them, you also have AVANT personal loans, okay? They do a soft pull. Minimum credit score is a 580, 70% debt to income ratio. Average debt to income ratio is 30%. but you can have up to 70%. Now their loans go from $2,000 up to $35,000, so it's $5,000 less than American Express personal loan. But at the same time, they're pulling FICO 9, so you're not getting that hard inquiry, and you don't have to be a member of anything in order to get qualified with them. Now with these here lenders I'm telling you about, most of these are fintech lenders, but you do have to have active bank account, active phone number, and an active email, okay? Now, the average credit score for AVANT, as you can see here, is a 644. Now, the minimum income, annual income, is $20,000, or averaging maybe about $1,200 a month, but the average is about $4,000 a month. Now, talking about income, one of the things that I do want to digress on and help you all understand, that if you have a spouse in the household, please include that spouse's income. If you are disabled, receiving disability, but you are renting out your property, bringing in income, you may be renting out a room or something, please include that income, okay? If you are retired, receiving Social Security benefits, and you are also receiving money from your annuity or 401k or pension, please include that income, okay? Because the higher the income, that pushes down your debt to income ratio. That way you qualify for more funding, all right? Now, here's another one, credit loans. There's no minimum credit score with them, no income verification. Loan goes from $250 up to $40,000. Now, you have a higher chance of approval with them. Anyone that has used the credit loans, put a comment below, or any of these other third-party lenders. Let me know if you like them. Let me know what was your experience. I know now one of the things I do know with some of these fintech type of companies and third-party type of companies, they are going to charge you a higher interest rate, and they may be restricted to your state. Just like with credit loans, they don't offer loans within New York and Connecticut. Now, if you have bad credit, the maximum loan amount they'll offer you is up to $5,000. Then you have MONEYMUTUAL. MONEYMUTUAL is another one of those that's very flexible, not worried about the credit score. As long as you have an income at least $800, you can borrow up to $5,000. Even if you're in check system, they're willing to work with you to help get you some funding. Then you have OPORTUN. Now, OPORTUN, they don't worry about the credit, limited history. So even if you're brand new, they're able to work with you. Now, with new customers, their loans go from $300 to $60,000, but returning customers, you can get from $6,000 to $10,000. Okay? Now, your income has to be at least $500 a month. That's OPORTUN. Then you have UPSTART. Again, UPSTART, and I forgot to add upgrade to this, but they're usually, their debt to income ratio is usually about 70-75%, okay? And as you can see here in the data points, credit scores between 620 to 660. But your minimum gross income is about $1,200. You have to have at least 2 accounts on the credit file. But if you have a full-time job, or even like if you're doing DoorDash or something like that, showing proof of income coming in, they're willing to work with you. And their loans go from $1,000 up to $50,000. So again, they have higher limits of funding than American Express, okay? And again, like I said, with their DTI is higher than what American Express may offer, because usually, like I said, most of the banks, major banks, they go to 50, 55 DTI. Okay, so for some of you all wondering why I got denied and I have good credit, you may have too high of a debt to income ratio. Another lender I'll tell you guys about that you may want to consider is, is PenFed. And I made a video on that you can check out as well. But with PenFed loans, okay, you can do a pre-qual with them as well. So they do Equifax FICO 9 on the PenFed, but you can do a pre-qual with them, and they're very flexible also, all right? Now, what I wanted to tell you all about is in terms of, like with these fintech companies, they are not going to really be looking at the major credit bureaus. What they'll probably be looking at is like the third-party credit bureaus that the major credit bureaus own. So like with Clarity, which is owned by Experian, DataX, which is owned by Equifax, Factor Trust, which is owned by TransUnion. Some of them may pull your LexisNexis. Okay, but the good thing about it with Upstart, now I have seen Upstart as well as Upgrade, even if you're in a bankruptcy, if you're in a Chapter 11 bankruptcy, they have been known to still give people funding. All right, so like I said, if you need to check them out, I would say check them out to see if they're willing to help you get some type of funding. All right, and they're in all 50 states. No proof of income required. Now, if you have any questions about your FICO 8, your FICO 9, or trying to get access to more personal credit funding, business credit funding, or trying to remove negative items off of your personal credit, and you just need some information of how to properly do that, then schedule a one-on-one consultation by going to Three-Way Funding. You can go to HoustonMcMiller.net or even HoustonMcMiller.com. Thank you.